Hello, everyone. It's Dakota from Dakota's Den. How's everybody doing? What a beautiful day. I'm outside today. Yay! 70 degrees here in Pennsylvania. And I said I have to get out here and enjoy some of the sunshine in between doing laundry and doing videotapes. Well, today it's about time we start catching up on Diddy. Diddy's trial is coming up in a few short weeks. There is no skipping a beat. The lawyers are working. Diddy's working. The people who are the plaintiffs are working. Everything is going on behind the scenes, and we kind of forgot about Diddy's situation because of the current political situation that we're going through. And remember back then we said that Trump and Diddy were close, and who knows, Trump might have to do something to help Diddy if it was in his power to. But I guess we see that was a dud because Trump had many other things on his mind, and it did not include the diddler. So we all see that now, and I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think it's ever going to happen. If the young man in the El Salvadorian prison is not getting help, then Diddy is not getting help from the president. And with that being said, we're here to talk about Diddy. So we all know Diddy is still incarcerated, waiting for his trial. And an insider reveals how Diddy is roughing it inside of the prison walls while he's waiting for his trial. Okay, so we all know what Diddy was accused of: sexual trafficking, drugging, baby oil, all the kinds of coercion, all kinds of stuff. We all know that. So an insider is telling us what Diddy is doing. So we all know Diddy is used to a lot of cash, a lot of expensive things, a lot of expensive everything: cars, jewelry, watches, yachts, people, everything. Everything was at his fingertips, but now they're not. Okay, so it's being said that Diddy is trading weird things in prison just to be able to survive, and I can't say that I blame him. Okay, Sean Diddy Combs is roughing it inside prison as an insider reveals that he is forced to use packets of mackerel instead of money. So he's using packets of mackerel to trade for, things, favors, phone calls, whatever, instead of money like he's used to. So you probably say, well, what the hell is mackerel? Well, we all know what mackerel is, but some people don't. Well, this is mackerel. The 55-year-old disgraced mogul is using mackerel instead of money. The disgraced 55-year-old rapper was well known for bragging about his cash and jewels, but now is forced to trade packets of oily fish in the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center as he awaits trial for trafficking. Of course, he has denied all of the allegations made against him since his arrest in September 2024. Mackerel. Listen, he got to do what he got to do to survive, okay? When you live with the Romans, you act like the Romans. It is what it is. I'm not mad at him for that. I'm really not. I'm not surprised. Usually it's cigarettes. What else could it be? Probably cigarettes, probably bottles of Coke, because, Coke can be addicting. Candy bars. We all know chocolate's candy bars, but hey, maybe mackerel is the thing now. Go figure. So, okay. Now, the other part of the story with Diddy is that Diddy's Freakoff tapes are likely to be shown to the jurors. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. I wouldn't mind seeing those tapes. I mean, not that I'm interested, but I'm just curious to know because I have some questions. Okay, so Diddy's trial begins in just a few short weeks, and it seems like some of the infamous Freakoff tapes may actually be shown to the jury. Hot and spicy. If a proposed questionnaire has anything to do with it, is any indication. The rap mogul's lawyer submitted the questionnaire late last Friday, and according to the Associated Press, it contains questions about potential jurors' willingness to watch. Lucky I am not there because I would say, let me see. Because some of the stuff I just can't believe. I can't believe it. And also, Diddy's team reportedly wants to know about the jurors' view on a person having multiple partners. Okay, the questionnaire reportedly contains 70 questions, and some are subparts. And the AP says prosecutors share their own letters with the judge in the case, calling the whole questionnaire too long and worrying that it might be too confusing for the jurors. The jurors are over 21 years old. It's not going to be confusing to those darn jurors. Some of those jurors probably going to look at those tapes and say, "Ooh, I wish I was there," if they haven't done some stuff like that themselves. You know what? One thing I have learned in my life is when people tell you who they are, you have to believe it. You have to believe it. I know you guys watch the news, and I know you guys know about the young man in El Salvador and all the federal workers that has lost their jobs, and people, FBI agents being fired, CIA agents being fired, all kinds of Harvard having to give up their right to do that. Listen, if this was just on a radio show where we couldn't actually see all the people involved, it would be different. We would just say, okay, whatever, I see, and have our opinions, and that's that. But when we can see it, when we can see the people involved, and we can hear the words coming out of their mouths, when people tell you who they are, especially grown people, believe it, no second chances. They were hiding who they were all along. And D.L. Hughley was on the Don Lemon Show, and he said something that resonated with me. He said, whatever you want done, whatever you need, whenever you need someone to do something for you, he said, trust me, there's somebody out here looking for you. Meaning, money can buy anything that you need. And no one is above the law, and no one is too righteous when it comes to money. And listen, now I am agreeing 100% with D.L. Hughley on that. So, that's the story with the questionnaire. And the questionnaire is, it's standard. It's nothing new because it's Diddy's case. It's standard in courts. So, we'll see what's going to happen with that. Now, the jury selection is going to be what makes or breaks Diddy's case. Okay? We all know the evidence. We all know who's involved. We all know the lawyers. It all comes down to the jurors. Okay? And it also comes down to if a juror can relate to a rich black billionaire. That's who happens to be freaky. Can't leave that out. A rich black billionaire who happens to be freaky. That is what Diddy's case is going to come down to. Now, I say that actually there may be men or women on that jury that might say, that looks like fun. Because they may be cut from the same cloth as Diddy. People are. There might be women on that jury that are just as freaky as men and say, oh my goodness, I wish I could be there. Because let me tell you something else. As I've gotten older, a lot of my friends are 50s, 60s, some of them are 70s, and I'm talking females. Remember the days when the men used to be the predators? Where the men used to be the freaky ones? But seems like, I hope none of my friends are watching, but if you are, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, Pam. I'm just talking just in general. Because I know a lot of people, and the women are turning into predators. Like I said, these are 50, 60, 70-year-old women. Remember, like back in the beginning of time, who was the one who went out and killed the animal to bring back food for the babe, women and children, to bring back bear skins to keep the women and children warm? Who did that? It was the men. It wasn't the women. God meant men to do that. That's why men have. Now, this is just something that I noticed, and it's pretty obvious. That's why men have all this facial hair. They have the beards. They have the mustache, and it gets really thick. And do you know why that's there? Do y'all know why that's there? That's there because it has to keep them warm. When they're out, when they're out hunting, when they're out hunting for everything they need to hunt for, all of that keeps them warm. But women don't have that. We don't have any of that. That's because our job was to be in, I'm not going to say in the house, in the caves, the makeshift houses, or whatever they used to live back in those days. That it was for women to stay in, cook the food, bear the children, take care of the children, and the men were out hunting. That's why they have it, women. So listen, y'all know I'm not a feminist. So that's just that. I don't believe in it. I'm just not a feminist. But anyway, I digress. Back to the Diddy case. So there may be people on that jury who are not mad at Diddy. And I only say this because of things that has happened lately in the world. I cannot believe that people are willing to to stand for things that are so wrong, that are just not human, that are inhuman, indecent, immoral. Just, I can't believe it, but I believe it now. I believe it now. And you guys should take heed to these words because you should too. When someone tells you who they are, believe it. And I know you probably are saying, well, Diddy showed us who he was because he beat Cassie up in the hallway of that hotel. And you're absolutely right. That's why I think Diddy should never, ever, oh, I see a bumblebee. Diddy should never, ever get out of jail. But I'm just saying that there may be people on this jury who are not mad at him. I'm just saying. So, in Diddy's defense, what he's going to say is everybody involved in the Freakoffs were willing, oh my God, getting my tongue tied. Participants, willing and able participants of the Freakoffs. So that is what Diddy's defense is going to be. So if he gets a jury full of freaks, I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen. I don't think he's going to get off. I really don't. I know Jay-Z got off, but I don't think Diddy's going to be that lucky. I just don't. Uh, so that's the story with the Diddy situation. We're going to have to see what's going to happen in just a couple of short weeks. I wonder how long the trial's going to be. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be like the O.J. Simpson trial. Everybody just sitting on the end of their seats like this, like they're watching a movie. Okay, so that's Diddy. That's Diddy, y'all. That's Diddy. And the last story is, I don't know about this story. Indeed, you know the job website, the job app called Indeed, where you can look for jobs and apply for them online and go to interviews, I guess. Well, it's been said that a lot of people are on um TikTok and YouTube. I haven't heard anything on mainstream. I don't really watch mainstream a lot because it seems like they don't even cover surfaces of stories anymore. They don't get down to the dirty details, and a lot of it seems like fake news. But anyway, it's been said that 17 people are missing. 17 people are missing after applying for a job on Indeed in Atlanta. Okay, they went to an interview and that was it. They were never heard from again. But this is a developing story. I think I heard of it the first time maybe about 10 days ago, and I haven't heard of anything on mainstream about it yet. And I know I just said mainstream is a lot of fake news, but sometimes it's not. I don't know. Yeah. So, I haven't heard of any um, newscasters talking about it. I haven't seen any press conferences, no police reports. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that some entity was supposed to be looking into it. I guess if something is reported, you have to look into it. So I don't even know what entity that is, but it's just a story that's going around, and people are saying be careful when you go to a job interview. Always take someone with you. Always have somebody in the car with you. Never go into buildings that seem shady, like big empty buildings. And all that's it's true. It's still true. Uh, so like I said, I don't know about that story, but we'll see. We'll see. And that's the story for today, everybody. I am so happy to be here, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I'm a new channel trying to grow, as you all know. And I am so happy to be out here. It's supposed to be 70 degrees today, and the sun just went down. Thank God, because I hate sun. I must be a vampire because I hate it. But it is really beautiful out here. I really enjoy it. I'm sitting in my chairs. You know, these chairs were just old, raggedy outdoor patio chairs. But what I did, I'm going to show you. Oops, get this. I painted my chairs. I painted yellow. So they went from green to yellow. Didn't I do a good job? And I was going to throw them away. I was going to actually throw the chairs away, but I couldn't afford a new patio set. So I said, what can I do? So I painted them yellow, and here you go. Okay, everybody, have a great day. I'm glad you came on to talk with me today. I appreciate it. And again, like, share, and subscribe. It's free and it doesn't cost you anything. Everybody, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.